a comment that was made on Facebook the other day about being a submissive woman. They were saying that a submissive woman controls her man, and I agree with that. I think until we begin to talk in honesty and transparency and stop pandering to both sides, especially to the sisters, because there is so much entitlement, and because men have been quiet for so long, and it's been the men that has been quiet were the type of men that y'all really need to be listening to. The men that doing the most talking ain't the ones, they don't have nothing to say anyway.
What's good? It's your boy Quay Price, man, holding it down for Kandid Konvos. Definitely check us out every Wednesday night, 8:30 Eastern Standard Time. People today, they lazy. Ain't nobody trying to put in no work. If stuff start getting a little rough in the relationship or in the marriage, ain't nobody trying to fix nothing. Like, I mean, that's how people's mindsets are today. Yeah, but that's how I know that folks don't truly understand what marriage was about, because they tap out way too easy. Yeah, you see people fight harder for a job, like they can't go get another one of them in 2 weeks. Yeah, she's talking about these guys coming to these foreign countries and sourcing out these foreign women because they possess these character traits. Yep, they're more cooperative when it comes to a man, or they're more cooperative when it comes to a marriage and a relationship. They're more, nurturing forward when it comes to a relationship. They're more I don't even want to use the word soft, but I'll use the word soft. They're softer when it comes to, these relationships and interactions with men and so forth. And like I said, we definitely got to be honest. We see a difference, right? We see a difference. And I think, Chloe and Tay made some good points earlier. A lot of this stuff is based around money over here in the West. What's good, everybody? Welcome back to Kandid Konvos. I'm your host, Quay Price. We got Coco on deck. Say what's up to the people, Coco.
Hey, everybody. Welcome back.
Man, welcome back.
Welcome back to our channel. And if you are new, welcome to the channel. Y'all. Stay around, hang out. And if you like the content, please subscribe. Help us reach 5,000 subscribers. We're so close, guys. We're so close.
Okay, I'm about to let you go and take over the intro. Let me go and sit back. Man, shout out to y'all. We appreciate y'all, checking us out, holding us down every Wednesday night, man. Let's see, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Likes are free. And like I said, hit that sub as well, man. Let's say we're trying to get to 5,000, by April, man. So definitely hit that subscribe if you haven't already, man. It's interesting, man, that a lot of our viewers are not subscribers. Interesting how that works. So if you haven't already, smash that like button, smash that subscribe, man, and turn on the notifications so you know when we drop content. We always drop the content. So man, we just ask those 3 things. That's all we ask. But let me do this right quick as we get into this conversation. All right, here's the link to join us on the panel. You can drop this in your Google Chrome, your Microsoft Edge. If you're coming through Apple device, come on through your device. Join us in the conversation, man. Like I said, just we welcome all perspectives. We want to hear from everybody, man. So definitely, like I said, use that link if you feel so inclined. Like I said, in addition to the video feed here, this link is also in both chat feeds, so you can catch it at the Kandid Konvos page on YouTube or Facebook. All right, I'll leave that up there a little bit as we get into the conversation. Let me see who we got checking in early. So you shout out to the real one in the building. He said, hello, everyone. What's going on, the real one? Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight. So you shout out to my guy, Donovan. He said, hey, hello, happy Wednesday, family. What up, though? What's going on, Donovan? Appreciate you hopping on with us tonight, man, holding us down. Appreciate it. Like I said, once again, everybody, if you haven't already, smash that like button. Smash that like button. All right, I'm going to leave that right there. I ain't about to do nothing with that. All right, cool. Make sure everything else is good to go. I think we good. Okay, so let's go on and drop this title. And we'll get on into this conversation. We drop this title. One sec. Trying to get my stuff together. All right, cool. All right, topic for tonight. I got to get that out the way. Everything jumping around on me today. All right, black people are so disconnected. Man, tell me about it, man. Topic for tonight, black people are so disconnected. Okay. Yeah, we got a few down here. I don't know, Coco. You ready to get right to it?
Yeah, let's go. Get into it.
Get it. So we're going to get right to it. We ain't going to hold it up.
Y'all, so a current man that I'm dating reached out to me and was like, he needed to talk to me about something that's been bothering him. So he said that he enjoyed dating me, but he does not enjoy the fact that I come to every date late. Now, honestly and truthfully, I do come to every date late on purpose because I'm a lady. And I feel as though a man should be there waiting on me. You need to be waiting on me. You need to be anticipating if I'm coming or not. And it's like extremely late. I'll probably be like 15 minutes late. But it's the anticipation of me walking in, right? You need to have a table together and all this other kind of stuff. By the time I get there, I just need to walk in. Or you don't want to watch me walk? You ain't trying to see me walk? I'm trying to show you what I'm working with. And you worried about me being late. So I told him that I'm sorry that he feels that way. And that I'll do better with my time management skills. Y'all, I'm gonna come even later now. Just because you complaining.
Man, this how y'all gonna start this off? Is this how y'all gonna start this off tonight? Let me get this comment, man. Man, shout out to Victoria Williams in the building. She said, huh? Yeah, Victoria, I'm saying the same thing.
Girl, it's sickening.
It's Donovan said, let's see, he's anticipating on arriving together. Yeah, man, Victoria says, so you don't care about my time, but you want someone to pay for the date. Yeah, like, man, I know we talking black people are so disconnected. This video definitely fits into that category. Man, what's going on out here? Like for real. I mean, time. Let's be done with all the games at this point, man. Like, what's going on out here? Like, I mean, this young lady. I said, I don't know who she is, but she's making this video talking about she usually 15 minutes late. She, the dude should be waiting on her. He should be anticipating her. And then she closes it with, or not even closes. She starts it with she's a lady. And the guy is upset because she be late. And I'm yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Coco, what you
This is why I don't like I'm hot. This is why I don't like that the I'm just a girl culture, right? Like it is cute until it goes wrong like this, right? The I'm just a girl, oh, I'm just a girl, I'm a lady. I mean, when we start doing that, right, it basically is giving us an excuse to be able to do whatever we want and not be held accountable. Well, I'm just a girl. I mean, I'm a lady. A lady should know how to be respectful of other people's time. That's his time. And if he's inviting you out on a date, and I know when you get there, you expect him to pay for it. So you want him to pay for the date, but you want to be late. You want to disrespect his time. And he's supposed to feel honored that you're gracing him with your presence 15 minutes late. You don't care about seeing you switch your behind in there after that. He ready to eat. And not only that, like Donovan said, maybe he wants to arrive with you and he wants to walk in with you, like a real couple. You said this is the man you're dating, right? Meaning that you guys are seeing each other consistently. This is not just some guy, right? And it just already shows a lack of respect. You don't even respect this man enough to show up to the date on time. Is this what he has to look forward to? This is what he has to look forward to? You can't even respect his time, bare minimum. Y'all love bare minimum. So why can't you give him the bare minimum and show up to the date on time, at least? I mean, that's why me and I want to take y'all nowhere but to get some coffee. Coffee shop open 24 hours. Some places.
Yeah, can you blame him though? Like I said, it's just but this is the thing. Sometimes folks, they send us videos all the time. We get the videos, we put the videos up. Let's say because we want to have a conversation to discuss, some of the stuff that we out here doing wrong. Some of this, some of it is just it's out of pocket. Yeah, so we had a conversation, but sometimes I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes I see some of these videos and I'm just like, this can't be real. Like I hope you trolling. I hope you. I hope this not real. Like, because I'm just trying to understand where's the mindset coming from. It's like, don't get me wrong. I know there's some fellas out here. Let's just keep it a buck. I know there's some fellas out here that's just whack. Yeah, ladies, I get it. There's some whack fellas out here. But I'm looking at a video of a young lady sitting up here saying that she's, I don't know if the word is chronically late, but she's saying that she's late majority of the time. She says it's by 15 minutes and tries to minimize it like it's not a problem. And then she tries to justify it by saying essentially she's making a grand entrance and don't he want to see her walk in, and she trying to show him what she working with. And it's just like, did you just miss the whole concept of respecting somebody's time? Like you just missed all that? Like how you gonna try to right this wrong? Like anybody else that you was late like this, you be fired, especially if you was doing it consistently. Your job would be gone. So like why is it not a priority to be on time with somebody that you claim that you're dating? And I'm assuming it's intentionally. Yep, but according to her, she's intentionally late. So it just doesn't make sense. And then the interesting thing about it is tomorrow I'll see a video and it'll be a young lady talking about, why the men don't approach women no more. Why the men don't be asking women on dates no more. And it's like, well, but your sister right here, she just made a video talking about she always coming to the date late, so she don't respect the man's time. So maybe that's why they not approaching y'all no more. Maybe that's why they ain't taking y'all on dates. Like Coco said, maybe that's why all you getting is some coffee. Yeah, because you don't appreciate the man's time. Yep, and then this is the other thing that I think is wrapped in this as well, as we talking about Black people being so disconnected. I really want to pose the question. Like I said, everybody in the comments, drop a comment. Do women still respect men's time?
No.
Yeah, is that where we at? It's just a flat out no. That's it.
No, I don't think that. Well, I think that women have shown, and we're talking about women in general, that they don't respect men in general. They don't respect a man's feeling. We just played a clip last week's show where she said, let's get back to not caring about Black men's mental health.
Right.
Like, let's get back to not caring about their mental health. Like, she literally fixed her lips to say that. So, of course, they don't respect their time. They don't respect Black men in period. No, that's the answer. That's it. That's all. And then to double down and say, I'm going to be even later now. Like, if I was him, just stop dating her. Stop dating her. And then it's like, I'm not even trying to be funny, but y'all just are not that cute. I don't know when we got to, like, y'all just not that cute. Y'all not that cute. You're not that cute. You're not cute. Like, you're not cute enough for a man to completely disregard his standards, his principles, and his time and everything else, just so you could be perpetually 15 minutes late to everything. So then when you guys are trying to go somewhere together that requires you to be there a certain time, he already know he's going to be sitting waiting on you. You won't be ready. And that's going to be his life. Like, why would he sign up for that? You can't even come to the date. This is the audition.
Right.
So I'm sorry, but I don't know when y'all thought that y'all earned that particular privilege. I don't know where y'all got that from. And then I'm looking and I'm like, 15 extra minutes is helping you look like what? You look like what with the 15 extra minutes? Like, it's just giving poor time management.
What you say y'all do? Y'all got to get y'all got to beat y'all face. What do they say?
Is that the finished product? No, and I don't mean that no disrespectfully. Like, I'm not saying she a bad looking woman. She's not. But do you look better after taking 15 extra? Like, I mean, does it get much better than that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you're cute. Okay. You look nice. But does it get any better than that for taking 15 extra minutes? Like, do you come out there when you take the 15 extra minutes? Do you come out looking like Hallie? Like, what does the 15 extra minutes do for you?
Valid question. I ain't mad at that. Is that cold down there? Oh, that ain't cold. Cole might be busy doing something.
No, I'm here. What's up?
What's going on? You all right?
Mm-hmm.
How you handling a man that's always coming to your dates 15 minutes late?
Definitely frustrated for sure.
That's all you're gonna get up out of you is some frustration. So you gonna keep going on the dates? Is that what you're saying?
Probably not. If he's not communicating why he's late, like, I'm gonna be late approximately this time, 15 minutes late because of this. Just if he's not doing that, probably not.
So what if he tell you he gonna be 15 minutes late because he wants you to be excited to see him? What's your response?
I mean, as an initial date, sure, I'll probably take the bait on that once.
But after the fourth time, then I'm assuming you're.
No, maybe like the second or third. It's like, yeah, nah.
I ain't mad at that. I ain't mad at that. Yeah, but see, this is what I'm saying. So even Cole, as a young lady, she hearing that scenario, and she like after a couple, excuse me, after a couple occurrences, it's a wrap. Yeah, so I'm like, for this young lady to get on here and make this video, it's like, come on now. It's like, what you really doing? Like, is this what it's come to? Like, because basically for me, we just playing with people. Like, you literally just playing with people. It ain't even on no serious stuff. Like, you ain't really trying to do nothing. Like, you playing with people. Yeah, let's be for real. Yeah, you playing with people because at the end of the day, don't nobody want their time wasted. I hear ladies talk about not wasting their time. I hear that all the time. They don't want to waste no time. They don't want nobody wasting their time. Okay, so what about this man told you or got you thinking he want his time wasted? Yeah, he putting up money for a date. He over here telling you where to show up, what time to be there, and you can't even be on time. Like, yeah, man, we really disconnected for real. I see Sybil just hopped on. Sybil, I'll check in with you real quick. I know if you just getting in, getting situated. What's going on, man?
No, I was actually listening to you guys while I was cutting some wood before jumping on.
Oh,
It's insane to me that I honestly, just to kind of skip, I think this is the men's fault because men in general have been allowing this type of, actions to take place. And what that does is it puts this like false sense of advantage that women have. So with dudes chasing, and not maintaining their own level of self-respect, you end up with stuff like this. Like, there's no way in the world that anybody should want to get online and brag about being late and acting as if it's some kind of privilege just to be in their presence. If dudes could just lock down a little bit more and have their own standards and not allow women like this to get away with it, just stop giving them dates. Just literally stop giving them dates. If they show up 5, 10, 15 minutes late, just don't be there. Or do what I would do. I'm spiteful, though. I start hollering at her friends. But that's just me. I'm spiteful as can be.
No, I hear that, man. Listen, I know some fellas, yeah, they're going to go ahead and go. And they're going to be there, at the day eating on their own. And then when she pop up, it's going to be like, oh, who you here to see? They're going to be enjoying their dinner, sipping on their little scotch or their little whiskey, their little single malt, whatever they're drinking. And then they going home. So, yeah, like I said, I don't understand it because I already know what video is going to follow this scenario. I said tomorrow, then it's going to be, where all the men at, where the good men at. It's going to be that video. So, yeah, it's just like I said, it's too much game plan. It's too much game plan. Let me check these comments real quick. Let's see. Donovan said, let's see. He might be there sitting solo, getting hit on. Well, yeah, that too. Yeah, definitely. He also said 2026 challenge. First one to the restaurant eats free. The late one has to pay. Hey, come on, man. The late one don't want to pull no money out.
That's
man.
it. That's the one.
You know how that work. She ain't trying to pull no money out.
That's it.
All right. Well, all right, man. We're gonna keep going, man. I'm getting right to it, and I'm up out of here tonight. We're gonna keep going.
Somebody got to say it. And I'll be the bitch to say it. You ever notice when you ask a man who he is, he identifies himself by the role that he played in another motherfucker life? Yeah, let's get into it. Like, when you ask a man who he is, he's like, I'm a father, I'm a provider, I'm a family man, I'm a husband, I'm an employee. Okay, but who are you, sir? Like, if nobody needed you, if nobody depended on you, if nobody was calling for you, if nobody was attached to you, like, if you just had you, who the fuck would you choose to be? And the problem is a lot of men don't even know who the fuck they are outside of responsibility. And that's not strength. That's fucking survival. Like, some of y'all literally don't have an identity. You have a fucking role. And the moment that role changes, you crash. The relationship ends, the kids grow up, the job let you go, the woman leave, the man is lost. And the reason being is because you never built a version of yourself that only existed just the fuck for you. And the thing is, a lot of men would rather deal with familiar stress than an unfamiliar version of themselves. Yeah. Like, you will literally stay in a relationship that drains you, a job that fucking hates you, a lifestyle that numbs you. And why? Because at least you know who the fuck you are in those spaces. See, you as a man, you know how to be strong. You know how to be the provider. You know how to be the silent one. You know how to be the one that handles it all. You know how to be the go-to man. But what if all that got stripped away? Like, who are you when you are not needed, sir? Who are you when you're not proving something? Who are you when you're not performing masculinity? Who are you when nobody's watching? And it's not for you to get defensive. Just fucking sit with it for a second. A lot of y'all are afraid of being alone, like afraid of meeting your actual self. And that's why a lot of men are emotionally exhausted right now. And it's not because relationships are evil or because women are impossible or because dating is trash. It's because you built your entire fucking identity around being fucking useful, sir. You didn't build it around being whole. So therefore, when something doesn't serve you, then you're lost on what serving you even fucking looks like. Like, a lot of you don't know what you like. You don't know what you feel. A lot of y'all don't know what peace looks like outside of fucking distraction. So I'm going to ask you again, if nobody was attached to you, if you didn't owe nobody nothing, if you didn't have to prove that you were a real man to this world, who the fuck would you be for you? And if you don't know, that's not an insult, baby. That's an invitation, my love. But don't shoot the messenger.
I'm still writing. I'm done.
Man, I don't know what. Man, y'all don't be holding them up with these videos, man. I don't even know what I just.
I'm ready when y'all are. We can get right into this.
I'm gonna let you get first stab at that because I don't even know what the heck. Go
We
ahead.
can get right into this one. Okay, let me see. I wrote some shorthand. Okay, so to me, this is funny, right? This is why we played a video before. This was a while ago where a girl said that women are the biggest gaslighters. Like, imagine her saying that it's men who, when you ask them who they are, they will run down their list of obligations as opposed to telling you who they are. When literally you can't ask a woman what she brings to the table without her telling you, well, I have a master's degree. I work here. I drive here. I live here. We've had women come on this panel and they could not wait to tell us where they live, how they're living, how much they pay for things, what type of education they have. We've seen it and it's been very recent. So it's like, I don't want to hear a woman say that a man saying that, I'm a father, or, I'm a provider, or, I don't know any of these titles that she listed. It's crazy to me because it just goes to show you that women don't understand what fuels men and what powers men. They just don't get it. And they won't listen long enough to allow a man to explain it. It's not that this man values those roles because that's all he has. It's that men understand obligation on a level that most women don't. Those are obligations. And to a man, he takes those particular responsibilities and obligations very seriously. Yes, in a way they do define him, because as a man, he's going to show up for those things regardless of how he feels, what's going on around him, what the circumstances and situations are, because he's responsible and, he takes his obligations seriously. Then again, I also understand that a man does not tie himself to anything, a child, a woman, a job, or anything without reason, right? It's not going to be flighty. It's going to be reason. So while you're saying he'd rather stay and deal with something because he's afraid of losing it, because then he's not going to know who he is. No, baby girl, he's staying because he's obligated. And he takes that serious. He's staying because he made a commitment and he actually wants to honor his commitment. That's the difference. I don't think that women understand what they're looking at. And talk about distractions. When she said that men look for that's why they look for distractions. I'm like, you got to be kidding me, right? That's the biggest gaslight ever. Like, y'all stay going to brunch. Y'all stay going out every other day for drinks. Y'all stay going on trips, even when you can't afford it. You putting trip on after trip after trip on a credit card that you will never pay down. Y'all carrying 10,000 plus in debt, but you want to say men look for distractions. That's crazy to me. I want to ask her, once y'all strip away the Mercedes, the lace front, the credit card is maxed out, the lashes float away, you can't afford the extensions anymore. Who are you? Who are you after that? Because, baby, you had a filter on your video. Take that filter up off of there. Let's see what you look like. I'm tired of women calling men out for their stuff. Like, you're projecting, baby girl. You are projecting. And I don't know her as a person, so I'll try not to direct it at her. But I'm speaking of the mindset because she ain't the first woman that done got up on here and said some crazy stuff like that. And I don't think she'll be the last.
No, she.
So I mean, to me, it further proves the point that men have been talking and men have been trying to explain themselves, but women have not been listening. Because for you to mistake obligation for desperation, oh, he's staying because. Can you imagine her tell a man that he's staying in a relationship because he ain't gonna know who he is after he leave the relationship? That's crazy. Men don't get into relationships lightly, not in general, and they certainly don't commit lightly. So the fact that this man has made a covenant with you, he not in this because he looking for a distraction. Because if all he wanted was a distraction, he would just pick a new one of y'all every night, and he have a different distraction every day.
Facts.
It would be a whole lot easier if all he wanted was just a distraction. His life could be a whole lot easier. I'll land.
That's real right there. Let me check in with Seguin. Said what's on you, man.
So am I the only person that heard what she said? That men specifically use to define themselves and thought, well, those all sound like good things. They sound like responsibilities that you have to maintain. And placing those lower on the priority of your life leads you to fail at those things. If you don't define yourself as a father, you're not going to do the things you need to do to make sure that your offspring have a better opportunity to be successful in life. If you do not define yourself as a husband, you're going to go out here and do all the crazy things and embarrass your wife. If you don't define yourself by your career, you'll work at McDonald's for the rest of your life instead of actually doing something of substance. These are all things that if you don't prioritize them in your life, they fall by the wayside and you and the people around you suffer because of it. I don't understand how those things that need to be put first in your life as definitions of yourself are a negative thing. What would I say? Would I get on and say, well, I like to travel and play video games and I make soap. That's who I am. No, that's just shit that I do. Who I am is a father to my children. Who I am is a husband to my wife. Who I am is a positive influence on the people around me. That's who I am. Yes, it comes with a ton of responsibility, but that's good. That's what keeps society held up. That's what allows people to prosper. That's what allows people to do better. And I think the topic being that Black people are so disconnected could actually just be Black women are so disconnected from Black men, because
Right.
You'll complain about needing and wanting a good, upstanding man, and then get on here and say you want somebody to act like a kid. It's like, realistically, who is that person if you take all those things away? They're her. They're literally her. Chewing gum online, spitting out a video with the lace front or whatever was going on with her hair, and like all these fake things that are not her, that's who you would be. You would be her. Like,
no, that's real, man. I appreciate that right there. B-Box, I'm just checking in, man. You good right now, man? I know if you want to say anything at all.
Hey, what's going on?
What's going on, man?
The
You all
only
right?
thing I'll say, I'm good, man. I can't complain. I'm sorry I'm late. I was wrangling the children. All thing I'll say is it's crazy that women, I've been saying this lately, that women are weaponizing commitment. That's crazy work. Like, that's a red flag now that I'm staying because I committed to you. I think that's crazy. That's all, guys.
No, I'm not mad at that comment, man. No, I've been seeing some of that stuff too. And that's why I always have to go back and ask, what is the outcome that you're looking for? Yeah, so going back to the first video, the young lady saying that she's, always late to the dates, and and trying to justify it like it's right. It's like, what is the outcome that you're looking for? Always being late to a date, disrespecting somebody's time and their effort. Like, what outcome are you looking for? Is that supposed to make this man draw closer to you? Like, is that supposed to make this man want to put a ring on it? Like, is that supposed to make this man want to double the amount of dates that he take you on because you're always late? Like what is that supposed to do? So I'm always questioning the intention behind some of this stuff. Going to this second video, this young lady sitting up here basically saying that, men have no idea who they are. And it's just like, what is your goal with this video? Like, what is this supposed to do? Is this supposed to make this man say, yes, sis, I don't have no idea who I am. You right. Yeah, if you ever leave me or if you stop dating me, I'm gonna be lost without you. Like, is that what he's supposed to do? Like, what do you think? What are you looking for him to do? Making this video and sitting up in here, saying whatever you saying, trying to sound like you saying something, but you really ain't saying nothing. Like what? Like what are you trying to do? Yep, to your point, B-Box, these videos that's been circulating around, what I'm saying, about, we frowning upon commitment now. And it's just like, what is that supposed to do? Is that supposed to make a man want to run and commit to you? Like what is that supposed to do? Yeah, when did commitment become a negative or a weakness or something to frown upon? Like, when did being late become, what we want to do? Like, I don't understand it. And that's why I said I'm always trying to dig into the mindset, because a lot of the stuff we doing and a lot of these things that we saying in these videos, it's not making sense. Yeah, I mean, if anything, it's going to turn somebody off, because at the root of it all, it is revealing that we really don't understand each other at all. Yeah, like at the root of it, like we really are disconnected. Like we don't understand each other at all. Yeah, the young lady in video number 2, she doesn't understand that a man being a father is a part of him. Like she don't understand that. And that lady, she don't look young. I'm sure she at least in her late 20s, early 30s, maybe early 40s. And it's like she don't understand that. Yeah, so when we talking tonight, Black people are so disconnected. It is. There's a disconnect between Black women and men. Like we just don't get each other. Like there's a break. Yeah, but these videos validate it. So yeah, I don't know, man. This some of this is wild to me. Let me check in with Cole and JR. Y'all good, Cole and JR? Y'all want to say something? If not, let me know, because I'll keep it moving. Go ahead, Cole.
Yeah, I'm good right now.
Are you good right now?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah, I'll keep it moving. Let's say I'm getting right to it tonight. Let me go on to this next one, because there's never a shortage of content.
Said in the show before I knew anything about you. One of the first things you said in the show before I knew anything about you, you said, I want my man to provide. I want a traditional relationship. But the truth is, we are not in a traditional environment.
This is very true.
So before I knew anything about you, I knew what you wanted from me. And that's kind of a turnoff.
Why?
I didn't know anything about you and anything about your personality, anything about what you like. It's just that, what can you give me?
Yeah, I don't really want to downgrade my life.
I
for
mean, but
somebody.
you said I want a man that can take care of me.
Yeah, I want a
take
man
care
that
of
wants to do it though.
I mean, of
Place
course, a
right
man
now.
wants to do it, but
Not
when
all
that's
men
the
want
first
to do
thing
it.
you say, and that's the first thing you say, it's kind of like.
Cause I ain't wasting my time no more. You feel me? I like to tell people what I'm looking for, so no one's confused. I'd rather be an
why
open
not
book.
tell them about who you are as a person?
Oh yeah, we can do that on a friendship level. But if someone's approaching me like I want to date you, I'm gonna be like, okay, what do you want? The guy has to want to be a provider, or I'm not the girl for you.
But like I said, when that is the first topic of conversation, can you see how a man can kind of be a little off put by that?
I don't care. That's the problem.
And that's why you're still single.
Hold on one sec.
I mean, but you said I want a man that can take care of me.
Yeah, I want a man that wants to do it though.
I mean, of course, a man wants to do it, but
not
when that's
all
the
men want
first
to do
thing
it.
you say, and that's the first thing you say, it's kind of like.
Cause I ain't wasting my time no more. You feel me? I like to tell people what I'm looking for, so no one's confused. I'd rather be an
why
open
not
book.
tell them about who you are as a person?
Oh yeah, we can do that on a friendship level. But if someone's approaching me like I want to date you, I'm gonna be like, okay, what do you want? The guy has to want to be a provider, or I'm not the girl for you.
But like I said, when that is the first topic of conversation, can you see how a man can kind of be a little off put by that?
I don't care. That's the problem.
And that's why you're still single.
Okay, that's video number 3 right there. Ladies, I got a question. Ladies. To any ladies in the comments, I got a question. I said to Cole and Coco as well. Where did this come from? Yeah, why is this the main question? A man being a provider, like where did that come from? Because that wasn't the case when I came through. So I need some lady to help me understand that. Where did that come from? Why is that one of the first things that ladies ask now? Is they need a man that's a provider? Because that wasn't a question when I came through. Now I'm not the youngest, and I'm not the oldest out here, but that wasn't a thing when I came through. Yes, I'm just trying to understand that. Any ladies in the comments, let me know, where did this provider thing come from? Yeah, I'm just trying to understand that. Okay. Well, y'all saw video number 3. I'm coming back. Man, what's going on in these comments, man?
The comments blowing up.
Yeah, that's like a lot. There's a fight going on.
The comments blowing up. Ooh. Deborah got an answer for you. Hold on. Deborah got an answer.
Go ahead. The
Bible.
That's where it comes from.
That's where it comes from. May I please expand on that?
Go ahead.
Shout out to Deborah. Thank you for responding. At least she answered the question. Okay. She followed the direction. She answered the question. Here's the problem I have with that though, right? I don't disagree that there is a biblical precedent for a man being a provider. Okay. I don't disagree with that part. The problem I have with that is how women have misinterpreted what that means and what that looks like. That's the problem. It's not that there's not a biblical principle about a man providing, right? But if we're honest, the way that women have misinterpreted what that means is the problem, right? First of all, you're his wife. That's how they did things. We like to date, and we like to date for years and years and years and years before somebody will even consider marrying. Why should that man be taking care of you when you guys are still just friends? Let's just be honest, because from where I come from, biblical principle, he just your friend or your brother in Christ until he marry you. So if that's the case, then why is he providing for you? You ain't his wife. You're not his responsibility. Why should he be providing for you? That was reserved for wives. These women are asking for providers, and they want to be stay-at-home girlfriends. They want a man to be paying their bills and because they're giving up cookie. That's what they want. So they're not using that biblical principle properly at all. And then on the flip side of that, a man that was willing to provide under that biblical principle knew he was getting a certain type of woman. She also knew her role, and she knew what the other side of that provision looked like. She knew that provision from him meant submission from her. How many women are doing that? right? So I agree with you, Deborah. Like I get it. It is a biblical precedent for that, but nobody's really. Everybody is using the scriptures and completely taking them out of context and only applying them where they see fit, and throwing them away in other areas. And that's the problem, right? Like that's not how we should be doing that. Either we're gonna be all the way Bible, or we just gonna leave the Bible out of it. But we're not going to pick and choose when we want to bring it in. We're going to bring God in, and God said, and it's Christ, and then it's the man, and then it's the one. And we want to do that as a woman, where we want the man to step into his role. But then when it's time for us to say, okay, I'm under him, we go, whoa, wait a minute. That sounds like slavery. And I'm not saying you're saying that, Deborah. I'm saying that that's what we see from women, right? That's why it's really hard to apply that, because women only want to apply that to men.
Yeah, no, I appreciate that. And I said, it was going to segue into my second question. I said, because those are just 2 points that I keep consistently hearing, and I'm trying to understand what are the intentions behind it. You know, another point that the young lady said in the video is she wants a traditional relationship, and I'm like, once again, where is that coming from? Yeah, if anything, these days we lack in all type of tradition. But I continue to hear these 2 things. I want this man to be a provider. I'm looking for a man that's a provider, and I'm looking for a traditional relationship. And it's like, but you're not, though, because you don't move traditionally. Yeah, you don't move like a traditional woman, and it's like it almost comes off like this is just what we think we're supposed to say. Because the interesting part about it is I'm hearing these same things, and the young ladies are getting younger and younger and younger. Yeah, some of these girls who are saying this type of stuff, just like this one in the video, they in their early 20s, they're in their late teens, talking about they looking for a provider. It's like, what you know about a provider at 18? What you know about that? Yeah, but even in your early 20s, what you know about some provider? What you know about some traditional relationship? Do you, like most folks, it's like, let's just be for real. Yep, the farther the generations go, the farther we try to get away from tradition. So when I hear these requests, I'm just like, where are you getting that from? Yeah, somebody, you getting that off social media? Somebody done tweeted that to you? Like, where you getting that from? Because there's nothing traditional about you. Yep, and then the other piece is, once again, going back to the video, is why do women expect men to stay traditional, but women don't want to stay traditional? Yeah, like, why is that? Yeah, why do we want the man to stay like a traditional man? We want him to pay the bills. We want him to be the masculine provider, protector, the father, all these things. But then when it comes to the woman or the female, then it changes. Then it's, I want to move however I want to move. But I want that man, I want him to stay in frame. I don't want him to veer out of frame. But I, as the woman, I want to be able to pivot and do whatever I want to do. I don't want to contribute to this. I don't want to play my part of this piece of the operation. I don't want to fulfill this need in the family. I don't want to nurture nobody. I got to go to work. Like, everything untraditional. But when it comes to the man, he got to stay in traditional frame. And then on top of that, we want the man to stay in traditional frame, but then we'll make a video like the young lady did 2 videos back, and then want to talk negative about this guy and say he ain't got no identity outside of being a provider. So somebody make this stuff make sense. Yeah, we got multiple videos from multiple people already contradicting each other. Somebody make this make sense to me. Tell me we not disconnected. Tell me we don't understand each other. Tell me tell me we just have no idea when it comes to the opposite sex. Like, let's just keep it real. Man, let me be quiet, man. Let me check in on Beatboxer, Civil, Beatboxer, Cole, JR. Somebody tell me something, man, because I'm trying to figure this out. Somebody tell me something. Go ahead, Beatboxer.
You know, so I grew up in the church, but now I'm a fresh new heathen. I gotta say, I get tired of women weaponizing the Bible. I don't like when anybody does it. But it's like, dude, like there's so many things in the Bible that counter, like, yeah, you want that provider male? Do you want to be his property too? Tells you to be quiet in the church. Tells you to shut the hell up. Is that what you want too? I mean, I don't know, man. And then on top of that, something someone just posted, she is nothing that's traditional. That's the thing that's the part you just said. A lot of women want men to be in the amber of a traditional man when it suits them, right? It's when it suits them. Yeah, I want him to pay everything. I want him to take the lead on things I don't want, right? But I want to have a say in the household, and I want to do what I want to do. And if I'm working, I want to have my own money. Okay, that don't work like that. It just doesn't. And I will say that this actually, for me, is one of the video that we saw last week with that young man saying, I don't want to be a traditional man. I want to have no children and all that. This is what it breeds. That's why I wasn't hard on that young man last week. I know some of y'all were last week, but I ain't mad at a young man like that. I ain't mad at him. I can't be. Because if these are the women we're dealing with, we don't have enough good women. We just don't. That's what we're running into. So I ain't mad at young men like myself or Gen Z are saying, why would I do that? What's in it for me? I pay everything, I do everything, and then you might leave me and I don't see my children that we just created. All that, no thank you. No thank you. We know what's happened. The younger generations basically said, oh, bet young ladies, hold my beer, watch this. That's what's happened. So I don't know, man. I don't know.
Man, come on, man. We can't all be stumped tonight. Like, come on, man. Yeah, man. Some of this stuff is wild, man. It is wild. And I'm like, folks, I think a lot of these folks, even the young lady we just saw, she was serious. Yeah, my man trying to have a conversation with her. She just like, I don't care. Like, I don't waste my time no more. And I'm just like, dang, like, when did we get to a point where getting to know somebody was wasting your time? Like, let that sink in. Yeah, based on what the young lady just said in the video, getting to know a guy from a female perspective, getting to know a guy is a waste of time. Yep, like she said, if this guy comes to me and say he want to date me, then I want to get straight to the money. That's basically what she said. And I'm like, wow, like, so this may explain why a lot of folks get into these relationships and they fall flat, or something goes south, or you end up getting in this relationship, laying up, a baby comes out of it, then all of a sudden y'all can't stand each other guts after the baby get here. Well, maybe this is because you felt like you ain't want to waste no time getting to know this person, and now this is the outcome. Yeah, but now you done created a child with somebody you really don't even know. Yeah, but as long as they met your criteria to pay some bills, you went on and laid up. Yeah, because they was able to answer your first question.
There's a person that's just a prostitute, Mr. Price. That's just a prostitute. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to. I'm sorry to interrupt you, but that's what these women are. They're walking, talking escorts.
They don't want a provider. They want a trick. They don't want a provider. They 100% want a trick. Because a provider, like an actual man that's a provider, is going to have some standards that are set in place. And as soon as you put a standard on a woman, you're insecure. You're overbearing. You're a narcissist. This is why a lot of these women get dogged out. They get dogged out because when you start to get around people that have like lots and lots of money, taking a girl out on a $300-400 date is just Tuesday. And to them, they're thinking, oh, he must be super into me. No, he just wants to max you out and then going about his business. And then all of a sudden, all man ain't shit. When you don't realize you are using the wrong bait. You are literally fishing for saltwater fish in a freshwater lake. And then you wonder why you're a single mother. You wonder why nobody respects you and treats you like shit. And you wonder why you're called a hoe. Sometimes if the shoe fits, you need to get a matching shirt.
I ain't mad at that. But I will say this though, Civil. That's the part that I don't. That's the part that I don't like though. What I mean by that is I don't like that this mentality that's out here permeating on social media is overshadowing. This is my perspective. It's overshadowing the girls who don't think like this. Yep, and then it starts to appear like this is across the board. And it's not, right? This is one of the reasons why I wish that the young ladies who don't think like, some of the stuff that we've seen in these videos tonight, I wish that they would be more vocal. Because I know there's ladies out there like the Coles and the Cocos and the Victoria Williams and the Kenyattas. They don't think like this.
No, thank you.
They don't. Yeah, they don't agree with this stuff.
No, thank you. We don't want it. We don't want it. No, you're not going to get us abused in the comments. You're not going to get us canceled on social media. You're not going to have them in the comments telling some, well, your man is, you just settled anyway. And we ain't seen your man. Where he at? Show us your man. Where your man at? Show us your man. We're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not setting ourselves up like that. We're not doing that. That's why we quiet. We quiet. When they be like, yeah, because these men, they ain't issue. We be real quiet. You can't hear us. We be real quiet. You know why we real quiet? Because we want our man. We need our man. We don't change tires. We don't mow lawns. We don't take out trash. We don't do none of that stuff y'all have to do. We don't pay all the bills. We don't do that. And we sit right where we at. And we comfortable. So y'all go ahead on crash out all y'all want to. We sit back and we watch y'all crash out. And then y'all be like, that's why the married women be so quiet. Where the happy married women at? Where the happy married women? That's why we happy. Because we mind our business. That's why. We not saying nothing to y'all. We not saying nothing no more. Because when we do try to get online and be like, ladies, now you gotta be like this and you gotta be like that. They eat us alive. We're like, no, that's okay. That's all right. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
I was hoping.
No, thank you.
I agree with that, Ms. Coco. The sisterhoods don't eat y'all up. Don't do it.
They are. Well, try to build a platform. They're gonna run you up off of the platform. Just they did. Poor Iyanla, they ran her up off of the own. And that was a national TV program. No, they ran her up off of that place so fast when she started talking like when she started asking them to do something and holding them accountable, they ran that lady off TV. You think I'm gonna get ran off of social media, use my platform and lose my platform for y'all? That's all right. That's okay. I talk with the men now. The men listen a little bit better.
Oh man, see, I was hoping.
I listened to y'all remember when Marjorie came on here was like, Coco, you could talk to them because I don't want to. I'm tapping out. I know why she said that now.
I remember that.
I know why she tapping out. I know why she tapped out. I know why you just showed us a video. The first chick said that. What was the first video you showed us? I don't forget. Brain fart. Play it again for me.
You want me to put it back up? That was the late. That was the young lady that was always late.
Oh, yeah, put it
Y'all,
up.
so a current man that I'm dating reached out to me and was like, he needed to talk to me about something that's been bothering him. So he said that he enjoyed dating me, but he does not enjoy the fact that I come to every date late. Now, honestly and truthfully, I do come to every date late on purpose because I'm a lady.
You see what I'm saying? That was enough.
Okay.
She says she comes to every date late on purpose. On purpose, right? Zero respect for this man's time. Zero respect for this man's time. Then the second lady said that men don't know themselves, and she mistaken obligation for depression and saying they don't know what to do with themselves. That's the only reason why they get in relationships and stay in relationships. That's the only reason why they prioritize being dads and why. So you see what I'm saying? This is the chaos that is what we're seeing across the internet. And you think I want to jump in that? No, that's all right.
Dang.
That's all right. I'd rather build this platform reacting to y'all. I'll just do that. If you want to know what I think, come over here. Like, comment, and subscribe.
There it is. Let me get this comment from Victoria. She said, we just watch y'all break up with providers every other month.
That part.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
And not getting tingles, right?
That's a fact. No, she right though. She right. Because I said we see a lot of young ladies breaking up with these providers that everybody swear they looking for. Yeah, it's a lot going on. Well, I'm gonna keep it moving. Like I said, if anybody want to say something, they can come off mute, say what they want, whatever they want to say. But I'm gonna keep it moving. Like I said, I'm trying to get right to it tonight.
I think I have a thing for toxic energy. So I think there's still some more healing that I need to do, because when I look back on all of these energies, it's a shame I gave them so much time and there were sweet energies that I didn't. Yeah. And so now I see those sweet energies getting married and starting families. I'm just like, dang, that probably could have been me if I recognized the security in those individuals at the time. And like now I'm like, yeah, I'm definitely feeling that now. I'm aware that there's something going on. There's something wrong.
What do you think it is that attracts you to like toxic energy?
I think they just seem really exciting at first. The chemistry is incredible. And they don't even always be fine. It's not even that like they're sexy or something. I mean, well, they're sexy, but they don't be the finest things I've ever seen.
Yeah.
It's just an energy. Sometimes it's convenience, what we talk about. A lot of the sweeter energies that I felt like weren't for me. I felt I could see myself falling asleep a little bit on the phone. Mm-hmm. So I don't know if that's like, if boring is good or not. Like, I'm trying to figure out what that means. Like,
it's the thrill.
Yeah.
It's the thrill of it.
Yeah.
What's
absolutely.
your sign?
Coming straight to you, beatboxer. Coming straight to you, man. What?
Before I go in on Aria Lennox, she's one of the most beautiful people on the planet. So it's unfortunate that somebody that looks that beautiful is that stupid. She's been on the internet for a long time bitching and moaning about she doesn't get attention because she's dark skinned. Baby girl, you get attention all the time. Her problem is what she just stated on that podcast. She likes ain't shit people. That's what she likes. It ain't your dark skin, baby girl. It's you. You like men who are horrible people. And now that you're older, now you're realizing it. I don't know, man. Like, you were a 10 out of 10. You were 10 out of 10 talking about I don't get no attention. I'm crazy. I don't know what you're talking about, Murray. A lot of dudes like you like that, but you like horrible dudes. That's what you like. And that's just something that permeates our community. There's something black men talk about all the time. These ladies like bad dudes. And then when they hit that wall and it's too late, then they talk about, oh, woe is me. I messed up. I didn't get the best person. And you're in a prime position. You are top 1-ish, 0.5% of the nation. You can get any dude you want, and you're still having this problem. You can do. It's curated for you, and you still can't get nobody. Mr. Price, it's over. If women like Ari Lennox cannot get men that they want, that means it's done.
Hey man, it's over.
Sorry, it's just true. That just is what it is. I can't. I don't know, man. It was baffling to me every so often I hear black men don't like dark skinned women. Black men don't like dark skinned women. I'm like, every time she would comment it, you see the comment section. All these black men say, "I love you, sis. I love you, sis. I love you, queen." Because that's what black men try to. I don't know. I won't even go into that. It's over, bro. It's done.
Some of these women be campaigning for validation though when they say stuff like that. Some of these women are campaigning for validation. They want you to just fall over them and tell them how much you like them. But you said if she can't, it's over if she can't get. It sounds like she got a lot of the kind of men that she needed. She just didn't like any of them. It's what you said, right? And have you also said?
I agree with you. I'm just laughing. I agree with you.
Right? No, I know. But I'm just saying, you said that, but you also said something else that's true. They make her tingle. You said that too, right? So she can get the kind of man she need. They like her. She don't like them.
Yeah, this is just it's crazy. I know tonight we talking black people are so disconnected. Yeah, I'm hoping at some point we will break this cycle. Yeah, I'm hoping at some point we'll break this cycle. This cycle of wanting to do this toxic fast life thug corporate whatever you want to call it, thugging, thotty, whatever the stuff we do when we younger, and then once we get done getting ran up and through there, then we want to circle back to the nice, good attitudes, stable, corporate, career driven, like then we want to circle back. Yep, after all the trauma, after all the baggage, after the children that you didn't want with the other person, after the failed relationships, after some cases, some abuse or whatever else goes on, the addictions, all of it, just name it, all the bad stuff. After all of that, then we want to spin the block and get with the person who was actually trying to be nice to you in the first place. Like, I wish at some point we can be done with that cycle. Yeah, because it's ridiculous. Because see, the thing is what we don't consider about that is it's really selfish. Yeah, let me just keep it a buck. It's really selfish because that's not cool. Like, so you're gonna go out here and basically do yourself bad. Then you want to go connect with the person that didn't do themselves bad. Yep, then now you want them to entertain your badness. Like, that don't make sense. Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And it's not even fair to the person who was out here making good decisions in life and not going down certain roads and not playing around with the toxic people and creating the children out of wedlock and all of that. Like, it's not even fair to them because that's not how they move. They've never moved that way. Yeah, so it's just wild to me. But I will say this: I'm actually to a certain extent happy to hear this being admitted. Yeah, this is something that fellas have been saying for a long time. And now I'm starting to hear ladies actually coming out and vocalizing that they was into these knucklehead dudes, and now they checking for the nice guys. And it's like, yeah, dude's been saying this. Yes, I'm hoping at some point we can break this cycle. Because it's like I said, I feel like we should know better by now, but it's like we still doing the same things, still making the same bad decisions. And then we run to the internet and complain and whine about it and want somebody to help clean it up. And it's like, it doesn't make sense. Yeah, we should know better by now. Yeah, I don't know, man. Y'all Y'all doing me in tonight with these videos, man. Y'all doing me in tonight. I don't even know what to say. I don't know, Silver. What you think on that one, man? What's your position on that one, man?
Like, ultimately, it just really goes back to the title of this video. The disconnect is just so severe. I'm not even sure people realize it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like this giant cavern, and everything in the middle is where you should be, but everyone else is just sitting on the opposite side. Like, it's unfortunate, and it's almost as if when you try to say something about it, when you try to point it out, you get hate from both sides. You either get the simps out there who are trying to look good so they can get a little piece, and then on the other end, if you say it to the women, you're a narcissist, you're insecure. And then they wonder, why is he not calling me? Why did he ghost me? Why doesn't he talk to me anymore? You literally just said you're looking for a bad boy. Then when you find a bad boy and he does bad boy things, you're surprised that he's not a good boy. Like, that makes absolutely no sense. There's no ration behind it. It just, this is why I'm a big proponent of, if you're a dude and there's a girl who has a very promiscuous past, you leave her be. You don't marry that. You don't have a kid with that. Tax and relax. Keep pushing. Leave them alone. Like, 100% leave them alone.
Yeah, no, I feel that. Let me address something real quick though. This comment right here, I guess that's, what is that, Joe Mama 3847. He said it's not black people, it's just black women, unfortunately. You know what, Joe? No, it's not. Yeah, it's not just black women. Yeah, black men do this mess too. Yep, they do this mess too. Yeah, when they young, they go out here and they mess with these scallywags. They mess with these random females. They put bodies on these females. Yep, then when they get older and it's time to talk about commitment and marriage, then the first thing they do is they scan through all the chicks who got a whole bunch of bodies on them that they put on them, and they say, I don't want her because she been ran up and through there. Yep, then the next thing they do is go try to find the cleanest option they can find. So then they go find the girl who hasn't been out here making all these bad decisions. She hasn't been out here in the streets. She ain't got a whole bunch of bodies on her. Then they'll go select her as the one they want to commit to. And then because they're not even mature enough to handle her, then they'll play with her and mess her up too. Then she gets added to the pool of women that don't get selected for commitment and marriage. So no, I can't agree with you on that, Joe Mama. This happens on both sides. Men do it and women do it. Yeah, so at the end of the day, I said, as men, we got to own our part in this mess as well. This ain't some of these issues, they ain't just woman issues. Yeah, men play a part in this mess too, which is why we're talking about the fact that we disconnected. Yeah, we don't understand the repercussions of some of our actions based on how we out here moving. Yeah, so in some of these situations, fellas don't get no pass either. Yeah, because we've talked about that on previous shows. Yeah, because a lot of these fellas is out here moving reckless, it helps contribute to these situations that we're talking about right now. Yeah, so that's one thing that we got to stop doing. We got to take some accountability. Everything it's not just one gender. Yeah, but everybody got some action in all of this nonsense. But at the end of the day, we got to own it. That's the part that's missing. Folks don't want to own it. Yeah, we just want to point that finger. But yeah, I appreciate your comment though. All right, let me keep it moving. JR Cole. Is that Black Manosphere down there?
Peace and blessings.
What's going on, man? How you doing, man? It's been a minute, man.
Yes, indeed. Peace and blessings, man. Glad to be here, man. Appreciate you.
Appreciate it. Appreciate you hopping on, man. Appreciate you hopping on. I don't know if you want to say something yet, or you chilling right now, man?
Yeah, I just wanted to talk about the topic, the disconnection. I always considered myself a leader. Since a boy, I could always get with a group of men. We could go fight somebody. We could get on a ball court. We could go move these boxes at work and get out of here early. You know what I'm saying? We can, me and men, we can always do a lot of things, right? So leadership and things like that, I've always felt a part of. And as far as a man, and we talk about disconnect, I look at what makes a connection. So being a man, I'm solution based, right? We gonna figure this out, right? So when I look at disconnection, I'm looking at where is the disconnect. I look at generation gaps, things like that. I also look at a big thing of classism within the Black community. On let's draw a line, and on one side for the women, you got 304s, you got hoes, you got all these name calling on one side. Now on the other side of the line, you got Pookie, Ray Ray, and all these type of names and terms. So how people class people and how people treat people is a huge disconnect. I think it's one of the hugest, because what's on people's minds, right? And I can often, I'm empathic. I could often see the bubble, what I'm saying, above your mind. When you thinking things, I could see the heat coming off of you. I could see the disgruntled, the disease. You know what I'm saying? I can pick things up in people, and I pay attention to people. And so I think these are the disconnects, right? Not paying attention, slandering, no love, so many disconnects. So I think as men, I stay focused on solution based, and why are these disconnects here? Well, where's the love? You know what I mean? Where's the respect? Where's the, Where's the camaraderie? How do we make connection if there is disconnect? So, these are a lot of factors and things I want people to think about and be in tune with if we're talking about getting to a solution of anything. So I just wanted to add that.
Yeah, no, I feel what you're saying. Let me ask you this: do you think at this point Black men and women even want to reconnect anymore at this point?
That's a great question. So I think the only reason for the human being, heterosexual male and female, to connect is for a family. Do y'all have a bigger reason than you to be together? Like, is like a pyramid, we hold God as the top and we are just the two corners and pillars in the side. So it's like, it's got to be something that you both want. And I think we do yearn for these things, but I think a lot of our ego and classism is in between. Like, we won't give up our ego and take time out to, hey, let me take care of this baseline thing before we reach for the stars. You know what I'm saying? Let's be baseline together and take care of what's right in front of us. And then if you can make it to stardom, then go ahead. Or if I can make it to stardom, then go ahead. But let's take it. You know what I'm saying? People don't have a plan set of, okay, let's take care of what's in front of us and then go to another height if that height even comes. You know what I mean? So I think we do, to answer the question, I think we do want it, but I think our egos can be in the forefront too much.
Okay, no, I appreciate that. B-Box, I saw you shaking your head, man. You don't agree, man?
It's done. I do like Black Master. I like your optimism, because we need people like you. We need people like you who believe. So in the off chance it does work out, I'm wrong, because I want to be wrong. I want to be wrong, but the stats and statistics and what we see, it's not looking like that at all. Like, it's just not. It's done. There is no solution.
Real quick, bro, just to add in, I'm a stat of one. So I want these things. So maybe I can't speak for everybody or join in the crowd of maybe that doesn't want that. So I want what Mr. Price was talking about, a family, and to be together and to live for one another and be in that care, and to also extend that to my partner and let her know she's secured. Like, I like security, I like safety, and I like man, woman, and child, family under one roof. I'm sorry, you got it, bro.
No, you're good. You're good. No, I get that. I'm just saying, as a community, I just think it's done, because I just don't think what you're asking for is for people to be selfless. And I don't think anybody really wants to do that. And I'll say this, because I've mentioned this plenty of times before. I just don't think Black men today, the Black men of my generation and younger, are willing to take that risk anymore. I just think that's over. We're not going to do the things that the older black men did before. We saw all that. It didn't work out. I just don't think it's going to work the same way. I don't think you're gonna have a lot of us being selfless and getting screwed over. And that's a nice way of saying it. I just don't think that's gonna happen. So this is my opinion. I hope it's wrong though.
Okay. Well, now,
I think
go ahead, go.
Here's the issue with that, right? Like, so obviously this generation is dealing with, and I've said this before in different ways, but obviously this generation is dealing with a different climate than, you know, when I was coming through at the same age. The climate was different, the circumstances were slightly different. So I'm never going to try to dictate to this generation exactly how they should handle it, but I do want to just provide just some balance, a balanced perspective, and some, you know, wisdom. I like to think that my experience should affords me the ability to give some advice. And I just think that we are so, it's interesting. We are so connected. Like, we have never been more connected than we are right now. The internet, social media, we are so connected. And the more connected we become, the more disconnected we are as a community. And it's because we get in these boxes that we're in right now, these squares with these microphones, or we turn on our camera phone and we record a video, a 30-second, a 60-second, and we say all of these ridiculous things. Half of them we don't even believe. We say them because they're going to get us likes, they're going to get us views, and they're going to get us engagement. And from that, what ends up happening is, well, we end up with a platform. We end up being able to maybe monetize it. We end up being able to, I don't know, have some type of, you know, fame, or, you know what I'm saying, having a name or making a name for ourselves. And it's just interesting, right? Because what it does is it makes us think we know everything about everybody, right? It makes us think we've seen everything there is to see. And I just proved that that's not true, because I just said to you that married women, plenty of us, are in these comments watching these videos of women crashing out, talking about how horrible men are. And the gag is, we're watching them crash out in our happy marriages, in our happy relationships, right? So obviously this is not the case across the board. And all of us are not my age. There's plenty of younger women who are in the comments too. When one of us makes a video like, yeah, girl, that's why I don't say nothing. Because I got my man over here. And they're not all older millennials. There are young women that are happy in their relationships. Like, yeah, I get quiet when they say stuff like that, because I don't agree, right? But what happens is we think we know everybody, and we think we have access to everybody because we're so connected. And the truth is, we don't. We don't actually know what people, the average person, thinks, because a bunch of bitter women get on the internet and start talking loud. We don't actually know, you know, if all men agree, because there's a platform for real red pill content. We don't actually know that all men really think like that, or that most men even think like that. So this is why I would tell any young person, please do not base your decision on the internet. Please do not base your decision on what you've seen on the internet, because we all know the internet is not real. Some of these people getting on here and they saying something on the microphone, and then they getting off the microphone and they got a whole man. Meanwhile, they telling you don't date, men ain't ish, and they tell you everything that they need to tell you for you to eat it up, and they got a man. So please don't determine how you're going to live your life based off what you're seeing people say on the internet. They're monetizing. They're selling you something, even if it's hopes and dreams. So this is why I always say, no, we're not about to let the internet dictate how we live our life. That's crazy. And anybody that think that they're not, yes, you are. Because if you've made your determination based off of that, yes, you have. You absolutely have. You're no better than the person that's on the internet all the time. You just think you are. So no, we not making no decision off of nothing that we see on the internet. We are not doing that. Please go outside and touch grass. Please try to meet somebody in a normal way. I would just, because it's getting real weird out here.
All right, I appreciate that. I got JR and Civil off mute. Either one of y'all can go
JR
ahead.
first for sure. I've talked. He hasn't spoken yet. Let's go, Jay.
Yeah, no, hello everyone.
What's going on, man?
Yeah, honestly, yeah, Miss Cole just made obviously some good points there, right? And I want to say that men do understand how to break things down, right? And when I do, let's say, agree with beatboxer, right? We're more speaking on what is, and there'll be at times where I'll speak on what it should be, right? And going back to, is it Black Manosphere? Yeah, Black Manosphere, yeah. Mentioned the point about, the ego and the pride and whatnot. And I've mentioned it before, saying that there's two layers to this. It's not just the relationship aspect that we're struggling with. It's what happened before. And we haven't been able to overcome that in some aspects in order to be able to get on as two normal people in order to, help the community. So what Black Men's Fair said, I will say that because we're losing at the moment and there's two layers that we need to overcome, we need to get rid of the pride and the ego because we're not actually going to get nowhere because we're both actually losing. Whether I'm above you making more money than you or whatever it is, no, it's not enough. I'm not saying we've got to be perfect, but we can do better than what we're doing at the moment in terms of both genders, right? So that's what I say. If we get rid of pride and the ego, we actually get to work as a team, the next generation, and get to benefit. So that's me speaking on what should be, right? And I hate to always try and go back to what it is. And we're always like, it sounds negative. And we don't want that. But all we're saying is we understand what it should be. But like I always say, Mr. Price, the other side ain't trying to understand what it should be. We know what it is. And it goes back to, like I always say, yes, men still ain't perfect, but we know what needs to be done. We need to have a conversation. And if that's not going to be had, what else are we supposed to do?
But JR, you saying the fellas, they know what needs to be done, but let beatboxer tell it ain't about to happen. So what is it gonna be?
Because there's no incentive, Mr. Price. There's no incentive.
Well,
there is no
the
incentive to marry a. There's no incentive to marry a baby mama. There is no incentive to be with a woman who's fat, and there's no incentive to be with a woman who won't listen to you. That's not gonna happen. There's not enough women out here, Mr. Price. There's only a very few Cocos and Poles walking around. There's not too many. The baby mamas alone means it's done, Mr. Price. But hey, Civil, are you going to marry? Let's say you didn't meet your wife. Would you marry a baby mama?
Absolutely not.
Hey, Joe. Hey, Joe, would you marry a baby mama?
Yes.
What was that? Sorry, Joe. You like?
I plead the fifth.
This is crazy, man.
Yeah. Would you get with a baby mama, JR?
My mum was more red pill than me. She told me not to dare do that.
That's right. That's right. So, Mr. Price, that alone, we know what to do because I agree with JR. We've seen this before. This has happened before. We've had black men step and be stepdaddies, create YMs, what I'm saying, like community centers, get in with the youth. Where's that got us? Nowhere. Because the women use these niggas. The women use these dudes, and this is what it is. They use these guys because they didn't like them, didn't make them tingle, didn't do all these things. They help the community, and now we are where we're at.
Man, I'm not accepting that, man. I think Black Manosphere, were you trying to respond to him, man?
Yeah, man. It's just like, if we was on the same team and we all huddled up and talking about, yeah, we about to run this play for this touchdown. if you don't huddle up with her, if you start talking about, man, we gonna lose, we can't do it, man, nah, man, it ain't gonna work, man, you can't be in the play, bro. You can't be on the team. Like, we don't do that as men. Like, we don't see no losses. We gonna get it. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I think when it comes down to women and stuff like that, do you have this special woman in your life or not? It's just a matter of you meeting her. You're not gonna select the women that you don't like anyway, so they don't count. You know what I mean? So that was just my reply to that.
Well said.
Yeah, I appreciate that right there. See, that sound a little more like where I'm at with the beatboxers. Y'all young fellas, man. Let me go check back with Silver. I know Silver was trying to say something too. Go ahead, Silver.
Man, I think I exist in the middle between Black Manosphere and Beatboxer because ultimately I do have hope. And if I didn't have children, I probably wouldn't have that hope. But because I have children, I have hope. Regardless of it being blind or unjustified, it is there. I kind of want to go back to what Coco was saying. That is a major crux of the problem, though, Coco, because there's these large echo chambers of women like the young women we've seen in these videos. And then a lot of women who disagree, who don't say anything because they don't want to either go against the girl code or they don't want to do whatever. They don't want to cause the drama, but it's necessary in order to change where this ship is going. Like literally right now, our culture, Black culture, is being polluted and it is turning into something that's unrecognizable. We're losing a lot of the things that held the family and the core of the community together. And a lot of that has to do with, being in real relationships, having families, establishing wealth, and moving on and passing that forward to the next generation. Like myself and a lot of other young Black men, we're literally always starting from zero. So wherever we get to in life could have been so much further if it was a 2-parent household, if it was a father who stood on business and did the things he was supposed to do, if it was in a community that you didn't have to duck your head when you were coming home at night. Like all of those things add up. And this internet, like it's allowed this thing to proliferate that Black people are just ignorant, uneducated, and violent. And not saying anything is a major issue. It's literally the only reason I jump on and I participate, because ultimately my family is good. Like we're good. But I understand that my children are going to grow up in this society, and to exist in this society around other people who can't separate that the internet is just like TV and that this is just a soap opera, that people are playing parts. If we don't point that out and continually point that out, people think it's real and then they follow along. Like when you see these little girls singing along to songs that are talking about pop and pee and all this stuff, like it is literally infecting the younger brains, and then they don't have an opportunity to grow and become whole human beings. And then they go out there and they get a whole bunch of bodies put on them, end up with a couple of kids from a couple of different men, and now all of a sudden, where are the good men at? They were literally there, still are there. You just couldn't see them because there's a definition of what Blackness is that isn't real. We all sit here and accept it and think it's okay, but it's really not real. And I'll really land the plane, but I really hope that women like you, Coco, step up and just say something. Even if it's that one comment in an ocean of comments that talk about, go get them, girl, you do your thing. You just come on there and just say, hey, it's okay to be married, have a family, and be happy. That's it. And then just going about your merry way. Don't even engage with all the negativity and stuff like that. Same thing goes for Cole. Putting information out there that's good, genuine, real information is what's going to be the only thing that stems this tide, because realistically, real and fake are not discernible easy anymore. And that is even before AI. Like real and fake is becoming more and more of a blurred line. But ultimately, I agree with what you say. You have nothing but mic drop moments on here. Like I agree with what you say. And like ultimately, I don't want to be where Beatboxer is at. But like my rational mind, like the when you look at what life really is right now,
Hey,
like,
man, it's over.
Yeah, pretty much. That soundbite fits for a reason.
Oh man.
That's terrible.
Go ahead, Joe. I saw you come off. Then I'm coming to Cole after this. I gotta pull Cole in a minute. Go ahead, Joe. Still there, Joe?
Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. You want to say something, man?
Sure. Hmm.
Well, I saw you come
I
off
think what
mute. I didn't know
most,
if you wanted to say something.
yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. Go ahead.
I was just thinking for a second. What most people call, what most people call connection is oxymoronic. We go online, we do social media, we even do panels such as this one, thousands of them that exist, podcasts and such. We're looking for connection, but in seeking that connection, we become more disconnected than ever, which flies in the face of logic because shouldn't we be more connected than ever before? Because of all of these different panels or platforms we have, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube.
Hmm. No, it's valid.
It's your nature.
Was he? I think his audio was breaking or something. Yeah, go ahead, Joe. It's like you
Audio is
cut
breaking.
off for a minute. Yeah, you cut off. You cut off for a minute, but go ahead. I can hear you now.
That's weird. I was just saying that what people call connection is oxymoronic, and that we go online, social media, the internet, TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, even YouTube, even panels like this, and we look for a semblance of a connection that is missing from our own lives because we've been trained and conditioned to believe that this is the way you establish connections, but it's actually very parasocial in nature and it's disconnecting in its nature. But it doesn't make any logical sense because shouldn't we be the most connected now than we ever were before in the past? Like what happened to the cookouts that we used to have? What happened to just showing up at your grandma's house, at 8 o'clock in the evening just to say hello? Instead of trying to FaceTime them or do all these type of things to avoid having some sort of connection with the people that we claim to love and care about. So because of that, because we're missing that element within ourselves and our own lives and around us, we look for it externally in these different platforms. As I said earlier, the Instagrams, the YouTubes, even the panels like this. And so the disconnect is real, but it's not the disconnect that we actually need to seek. And disconnecting from these things, we can then find ourselves and God and our relationships with the people around us. And then when we come back to, I guess, things like this, the internet, we have a greater understanding of what it means to be connected in the first place because we have been trained and conditioned not to be. To think that going on Facebook and commenting on someone's post about some random event in their life is meaningful in some way. It is not because they don't know you from a can of paint and you don't know them. The only connections that matters are the ones that we have around us. It's the social fabric that we have that we can actually touch, that we can see, that we can feel. So we've lost that feeling. So that disconnect is real. And in my opinion, Black people and just people in general need to disconnect more, as I've had to do in the last 2 or 3 months, when I realized something was amiss. And if I recognized it, it takes time away from these. You have to pull yourself away in order to see it. But if you're in it, you won't see it. You're looking. It's like you're chasing a high that you can never fulfill. You're eating candy, and then you want more candy, and then the last bit of candy you had was enough, and now you want even more. Next thing you know, you have diabetes. I can't put two and two together. What just happened, right? I mean, I enjoy what I'm eating. It's sweet enough to the taste, but yet, why is something that's so sweet is so deadly to the body, to the soul? That's what this. That's what the social media and all this stuff that we call connection. That's what it is. It's poison to the body. It's diabetes of the soul. It's candy for the body. It doesn't mean anything. Um, so you have to detox. Everyone has to do it at least once because a lot of us who have, at least all of us on the panel, I think we're like millennials. We know what that world was like before all of this. But even then, even we got sucked into it. And it's even worse for those who have never known the world before this, where you went outside and played, you touched grass. You went outside in the sun, and that was the normal thing to do. But here we are, most of us on our computers, our laptops, as I am too, having this conversation when traditionally we would be outside behind a fireplace, outside doing s'mores, having this conversation. It's a different kind of connection. So the connection we need is the one I just described, and the connection that we don't need is the one we think it is. That's it. Hope y'all have a great rest of y'all night.
Okay, Joe.
Joe just came out of nowhere and said, "Damn." What?
He's been cooking it up for y'all while he was on his detox.
No, but I'm not mad though. Because I said a lot of what Joe just said is very valid. And like I said, because we do, we have put a lot of dependency, you know what I'm saying, on social media for a lot of the things that it never was meant to supply. Yeah, folks now they are getting into relationships off of social media. And I'm just like, how in the heck do you do that? Yeah, they're trying to educate themselves off of social media, and it's just like, but somehow we forgetting that there's influencers who literally just telling you what they need to tell you to monetize and sell their brands. Like, she not really trying to help you get your weight down, sis. Like, he really ain't trying to teach you how to fix nothing, bro. Like, he monetizing, he's selling you tools. You know what I'm saying? So it's like sometimes we leverage this stuff for the wrong things. Like I said, going back to what Joe was saying, and like I said, then we see it play out. Yep, a lot of people, you know what I'm saying, they come to social media. Listen, we've seen some of the videos tonight. They come to social media and they just saying things. Yeah, the first lady in video number 1, you just deliberately being late to your dates. Like why? Yep, and then you feel the need to come tell all these millions of people that you always late to your dates with this guy who's interested in you. Like that doesn't, it's not translating like you think. Yeah, we got the other young lady, she want to get right to the money. So she ain't got time to get to know you. She's want to get right to, what you providing. And it's just like, why you advertising that out on social media? And it's like, well, your man, he could have just seen that video and now he just gonna go ahead and pass. He good on you. Yeah, so it's like there's pros and cons, but it shouldn't be a dependency. Yeah, but I think that's what's taking place. It's become a dependency. Yep, it's become something for people to hide behind. Yep, it's become something that continues to stoke the disconnect. Yep, it continues to stoke the lack of understanding of men and women, men and women in our intricacies, if you will. Like, that's what we're left with. So yeah, valid points. Appreciate you dropping them gems, Joe. Let me circle down here to Cole real quick. Cole still with us? Because I saw she was back in. So Cole, let me ask you this, and then we're gonna get ready to get up out of here. Because I said I wasn't gonna be on here all night. Let me ask you this real quick. In your personal opinion, as a young lady, at this point, do you still think that it's worth the effort?
Worth the effort
to fix it, to correct it, to come back and sync, to get it figured out? Like, do you think it's worth it at this point as a female?
Yes, so I was just kind of reflecting on, I would say something similar, but to answer the question, yes, I think it's worth it. I guess my question and reflection is just, what is that person gonna look like, really? Because the world is so selfish, man. It is. Like,
what do you mean? Can you expand? What is he gonna look like? Can you expand?
It almost sounds like she's saying, SYSBW. That's what it sounds like. Is that what she's saying, B-Boxer?
Yeah.
Is that what you saying, Cole? Is you talking about veering out? Is that what you saying?
What
Is she
is
still
going
there?
on? Yeah, I'm here.
Is you talking about veering out? Is that what you saying?
Like
stepping out, going into
divesting.
Divesting. That's the proper word. Is that what she's saying?
Why you always hand? I didn't say that. Dang, Sybil.
Oh, my bad. My bad. Okay, my bad.
It's what you didn't say. You didn't say you wouldn't.
So we live. I don't want to say that. I don't want to say that. What I want to say about that live. Can I say that? Ooh, okay. Well, to Sybil's hand comment, I wouldn't go that way because I said my ancestors won't allow it. So that's just an ancestral thing in that case.
I got you. No, I got you. All right, go ahead. I got you.
I'll elaborate if need be, but
no, you can leave it where it is. I ain't trying to start no trouble. So you okay? So you said it's still worth it though. So you ain't gave up on it. You said it's still worth it.
I just don't know what that person is gonna look like, and I say that literally having certain conversations with someone very, very recently. The world is selfish. I don't know what that person's supposed to look like, given my morals and how the world operates now. So
okay.
But I do think it's worth it.
I got you. No, I understand.
Y'all two. That would be my Y'all both about to
just say, hey, it might not be a black man.
Well, I already said, look, how many times I said in the back comments I'm leaving the community, okay? Okay, hold on. All right, here we go. Now we gotta go there. Jeez. So I said I would leave the community because I feel like black men are selfish. And there's no reason to be. I feel like the ego is inflated like a balloon, a giant hot air balloon. Like I don't understand that. I don't understand the ego.
Okay.
I really want to know where it comes from.
Beyonce loved the big ego. She said they got a big ego. She loved it.
No, but I'm not Beyonce. We're talking about everyday life. So
okay, so what?
Go there.
I want to know what she's seeing.
And whatever, but
I want to know what you're seeing that's giving ego. Like what are the black men doing that's giving ego?
It's the comments of like thinking that you are literally like all this community of men is God's favorite, and that ain't true. These women make you think that you are God's favorite, and that's not true. But
it's a beautiful thing.
So then she do love the ego.
All these
women is loving it.
I'm not talking about that. That's a side deflection. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about that. I don't care.
So
real problem.
You're saying that women are building these men up to think that they're
yes, and I feel like if you were to have that man stand next to like their their same type of God amongst another community, that ego would probably quickly deflate. And maybe that's what to happen.
So here's the thing. I don't think so. So if you're talking about the black man that all of the women want, that's why, right? If you're talking about that very small select black man, right? The one that has the qualities that all women are saying they want in a man, I agree with you that unfortunately, because of the way circumstances are in the community and what women have done, I get it when you're saying that some of these men may have egos, right? Like it's coming off like ego, right? But I think what's also happening is it's because these men, if we're talking about that man, the man that all the women are trying to get, the guy that has good head on his shoulder. He's attractive. He's, doing well for himself. That guy, right? Aesthetically pleasing, all of it. If we're talking about that guy, then he has probably more options than he knows what to do with, because he's the guy that women right now are seeking, right? So if you put that guy up against a guy out in another community, he doesn't care. He still knows that he the man. Like in that sense, he knows he's still the man. You can put him up against any man, don't matter, Asian, black, white, he don't care, because he knows in his group, he the man. And even though he might not be edging out some of these men financially or edging them out in some other ways, he knows around these parts, he's still the man. So it's not gonna matter. And I don't think that as a woman that's in the community, that it's really us comparing to outside. See, that's what men are doing that we say we don't like. We don't like when men compare us to our white counterparts or our Asian counterparts or our Hispanic or insert whatever ethnicity here. Like, we don't like that, but they're doing that, right? So as Black women, are we doing the same thing when we say stuff like, well, if you was to take that Black man and compare him to some other man outside, he wouldn't stack up? Because if he was to compare a Black woman to her counterpart, she wouldn't stack up either. If that's what we're doing, right? If that's what we're doing. So I feel like that might be a dangerous path to go down, because on both sides, there's going to be somebody with egg on their face. So we probably should, when it comes to dating, that probably should never enter the conversation. What would you look like compared to this? Or what would you look like compared to that? Because a Black woman compared to a white woman, let's not do it. That's been going on. That's been happening to us forever. So we probably shouldn't do that to Black men. It's just that I think that Black women also have to understand that, not you, Cole, but Black women have created this problem. Y'all have done this. Y'all are the reasons why you got men that are 6 feet and above, making good money, smart, and without kids, got a job, got his own place. Y'all have made him the pinnacle. Y'all have turned him into a god amongst men. Y'all did that. So now that y'all created that monster, don't now say, well, he has an ego, right? And Black women, y'all the ones have ran out and got the fat sucked out your gut, and turkey, baster in your behind. Y'all did that. Y'all got the lashes. Y'all got the wigs. Y'all did that. And now you're saying, I believe I'm this because this is what I'm presenting, right? And men are like, we don't want it. So I think it's just I don't know.
By the way, Miss Coco, just to interject a tad, it ain't just Black women who are liking the Black man either. So that's kind of another reason why this ego is a thing. So, because we can compete like that. We're like Asian women. They can compete like that. So, again, I understand. I understand what you're saying, but a lot of Black men, when they got their shit together, they can date anybody.
So what's the solution, B-Boxer? That's why
you already know what I'm about to say.
What do women want to do? What the solution is, and what do women want to do? If she wants to get married, she can get with a guy that wants to marry her. I think the ego and pride is in women, where, hey, you know what I'm saying? I think I can do better than the standard of what it is that's your priority. Like, is your priority being a married woman or not?
That is the priority, but we're talking about, like, the man still has to choose. We agree that man provides access to marriage, right?
Right. And are you saying that men are not choosing, the women, or not, are men not choosing women?
Yeah, too many playing games. Too many in the community playing games. For sure.
But there
So
are black
there's
men
no.
who will get married though. So somebody marrying somebody.
So what you saying, Cole? You don't think it's enough? Is that what you're saying?
Yes, I don't think it's enough. I think it needs to be
I don't think
happening.
it's all about enough though. I mean, what is in your field? Like what is in your, in your pool, like in your of what you're trying to accomplish? Like you're not, if you're trying to be a married woman, you're not entertaining guys that don't want to be married. If you're into love, you're not entertaining guys that are not showing that they love you. Like, you know what I mean? So it's like, I think there's enough for everybody. We're all connected through the internet, millions and millions of people. So now it's just what is the truth? What is it that you really want to do right now, and who's available to you to do it? In my opinion,
I mean, it's probably who available. Well, now where I live, that's it ain't happening where I live now. But
that's the beauty of the internet. We now have 50 states open to us. We got cross country open to us. I mean, we can close the gap a little bit of if you just want to get married, you know what I'm saying? Or what is it that you want to do? I think we can do that. People get married, divorce, get married again. We break up, get with new people. Like we're living life and doing it. You know what I mean? So, it's nothing stopping.
Yeah. So just listening to the conversation though, it sounds like, let's say, you correct me if I'm wrong, Cole. It sounds like you saying that you're not seeing enough guys out here who are actively trying to commit and being on some serious stuff. Am I hearing that right?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So I can understand that, right? Because we know that there's a shift. Yeah. So I think to that point, I do think that we have a situation where, what I'm saying, some folks are in limbo, right? So you got some fellas out here who are on the commit. So they trying to be intentional, right? Then you got some other fellas in there that's like, you know what? My ROI is not high enough. So I'm not even getting I ain't committing to nobody. I ain't about to play myself. I'm not about to get used out here and abused. And then you got some other guys who are just, kind of in the middle. They don't know what they want to do. It probably changes by the day, right? And then on top of that, you throw in the social media piece, and we see so much of the negative garbage, right? So then that also plays into our perception, and what's really going on out here. But yeah, no, I give you that, Cole. It is a mixture of folks out here. And I do think it is safe to say that the percentage of folks who are intentional and looking for commitment, that number is probably reducing, just based on the fact that people's mindsets are changing, and in my opinion, in a negative way. So yeah, no, I doubt. It's not a doubt. I know that's, so I know you seeing that, because I said we all see that. But I think my response to that would be is you don't need them all. You just need one. Yep, you just need that one. And the other thing I will say is you got to put out here. You got to put out here what you want to get. Yeah, but that's in general. Yeah, people, you got to put out what you want to get. You got to represent what you want to get. Yeah, I think in corporate America, they say you got to dress for the job you want or dress for the position you want, or whatever. It's the same in this relationship space. Yeah, you got to move like you want that. Yep, and typically, I said, if we do that authentically, what I'm saying, that other person will show up. But the important part of that is you have to, let me put it this way, you got to be ready for that person before they show up. Yeah, I think that's the piece that a lot of people in general miss. Yeah, you have to be these people before this other person shows up. Yeah, for the fellas, you got to be a husband before your wife, before you gonna find your wife. Yeah, for the women, you have to be a wife before this dude is gonna come wife you up. Like, that's how that work. Yep, and like I said, I don't think in a general sense, a lot of folks understand that. Yeah, they think that these pieces kick in after the fact. No, it's actually before. So yeah, we just got to remember that. That's an important piece. Man, I'm gonna take some closing, and we're gonna get on up out of here. Actually, let me get this comment real fast. Throw that Donovan comment up there real quick. Yeah, that's important. He said, "Facts, Quay. Folks expect someone to come in and complete them." Yeah, no, Donovan, this is facts. A lot of folks move like this. Yep, a lot of folks move like that. They want somebody to come in and complete and validate. Yeah, I've heard stuff on the internet before. Ladies saying they're not going to be feminine until the right man come around. It's like, that don't make sense. Yeah, that doesn't make sense. You're supposed to be feminine, which is going to attract the right man. That's how that's supposed to work. Yeah, can't no dude go around talk about he ain't gonna be masculine until the female come along. Like that, that don't make sense. Because then she would never come along. So yeah, we just got to consider, like I said, how we looking at things, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, try to correct some of these pieces that we missing as to why, you know what I'm saying, we not getting some of the results that we want to get. But I'm gonna take some closing, man. We're gonna get on up out of here. Get up out of here. I'm gonna go across top and the bottom and we go. Coco, you want to say anything before we get out of here?
Yeah. Oh, I'll keep it brief. Like I think I said this already in the show. Like I think that I think our biggest thing is not to allow our connectedness to just cause us to be, I don't want to say disconnected again, but I really do believe that that's what it is. I think that if we're being honest, we all know that when we hit the internet, when we're, on social media, we understand the algorithm, and we know that the more content we take in of a specific type, it's just going to show us more of that. So if we're going in and we're looking for like-minded people, let's just say we're feeling like Black women are, loud, ignorant, and we tend to gravitate toward that content because it's triggering and entertaining, then all we're going to get up and down our feed is that type of content. If we watch a lot of content of married couples talking about, how long they've been married and how they make a marriage successful, then we're going to see a bunch of married couples talking about successful marriage. So we have to be honest, right? Our interests will dictate what we see. This is why we cannot think that what we're seeing is a complete picture. It's not. Which is why I don't think anybody should be making decisions about how they're going to live their lives and who they're going to choose to be with based off of this. Please do not do that based off your algorithm and what you see. It can be very discouraging because sometimes I'll go looking for positive content and it's so hard to find it. It's not that it's not there. It's not, I want to be clear. It's not that there's not women who are building whole platforms that are talking about marriage in a sensible way, that are talking about relationships in a sensible way. That is out there. I'm just telling you that when those women are making those videos, there are the bitter biddies. They jumping in the comments and they making it a toxic place to be. And Civil, you got a point, and I definitely will consider what you're saying because I know that what you're saying is true, that we do need to speak up more. It's just so disheartening when you go to some of these videos and you see women saying, I don't know what they're talking about because I'm happy with my man. And then it's like you see 50,000 responses to that one girl saying she's happy with her man, and they all saying, just wait. He'll cheat. And you're like, dog, like all she said was, I'm happy with my man. She ain't say nothing disrespectful to nobody else on this post. What's wrong with y'all? And I'm not saying that we should allow that to run us away, because that's what they want to do. But at the same time, you just start to feel like, man, is it worth it? Because see, I have a whole life outside of this platform. I have a whole life outside of this internet, and it's good. So do I really want to be triggered by these people in these comments? Like, so it's really about that balance. And I'm just encouraging people to please understand that what you are seeing on the internet, a lot of it is just not real. It's just not real. Some of these women are so hateful and so bitter. It's insane to me. But I'll land there and I'll just say, if we want to be more connected, then we need to connect more. Joe was right. If we actually really want to be more connected, we need to connect more. Start calling people instead of texting people. Start, picking your face up out of your phone when you're walking down the street and greet somebody. Like, start smile at the person. They're going in, you're coming out, smile. Hey, how you doing? This is how you build relationships. This is how you may run into your man at the bank. Meeting organically, like how we used to do. I mean, that's still a thing, so maybe stop being so mean. The women in the grocery store talking, so he tried to he said, how you doing? Beautiful. Oh my God, I'm in a grocery store. I'm trying to shop. It's like, didn't you just say where the good man at? Didn't you just say, where's a good man? That good man just said, hey, beautiful in the grocery store, but you was mad because you was trying to read the label and he interrupted you. Like, it's crazy. We have to decide. We have to pick and choose. You know what I'm saying? Either we care more about our internet lives or we care more about our real lives.
That's real. Appreciate that closeout. Civil, it's on you, man.
Yeah, Coco, I appreciate you listening to what I said. And I appreciate you taking that, and doing whatever you do with it. Just even you having that thought of like, well, maybe let me reconsider. That does so much for the algorithm in general. Like, the reason why channels like this don't get 50 to 100,000 viewers immediately is because it's real. These are real, actual people giving real, actual opinions, not just looking, for something that's clip worthy, not trying to say something just because it's inflammatory. And those things do take longer to grow, but it's something that's more meaningful and it's built on a solid foundation versus being built on sand. And it's unfortunate that a lot of people are just so just engrossed in the internet and looking at their phones and popping up their laptops. But even if you find it difficult to just put that away from you for a little bit, help affect and change your algorithm by looking up something that's positive for you. Look up, what's a quick, easy meal I can make that's going to be healthy and nutritious? What's a good book that someone would suggest for somebody like me to read? What's something that's going to help me, further myself in life, whether that's professionally or romantically or whatever that may be? How can I become a better father? How can I be a better mother? Doing those things will alter your algorithm in the slightest bit to where you don't constantly get bombarded with things that are going to make you just upset and anxious and agitated. So when a guy does come up to you and says hello in a grocery store or at the bank or wherever it may be, you're not going to have such a visceral response. And that's the way to kind of get around that. The internet it's like this unregulated toy that we all have, and we don't realize just how impactful and powerful it is. Like, I work on the back end of this stuff, and I can tell you that these algorithms that have been created even before the internet existed in order to get you to be a certain way. And when you realize that the people that are doing these things, it's purposeful, because that makes you a lot more manageable, especially if there's a household that's divided. That's literally why we're in the situations we are now, in America, like politically, economically. So just keep in mind, folks, for you, when you do something to better yourself, when you do something to better your algorithm, what you're doing is you're telling the machine that you want something better, and the machine will respond in kind. But it is going to take an active effort on your part. And I don't want to be all doom and gloom. It's always a good time speaking with everybody here. I love my Wednesdays. You make it not just the middle of the week now. You actually make it something that's worth looking forward to, because it's good people with good conversation. So I appreciate y'all. Are we disconnected? Yes. Do we need to get reconnected, especially with what we're about to face? Absolutely. Will we get reconnected? I don't know. Cole, you go get you a palm colored man.
Y'all better no, see, y'all better not be
Oh
coming
my
for Cole.
god.
Here y'all go. Man, here y'all go. Let me get this comment, then I'm coming to beatboxing. Let's see. Joe Mama 3847 said, good discussion. I found this channel by accident, but happy that I subscribed. Yeah, no, Joe, we appreciate that. We appreciate that, man. I said, we hear that a lot. Your folks say that they found us by accident or they don't know how we popped up in their suggestions. But I said, we welcome everybody. You know what I'm saying? We're going to have a conversation. We appreciate the support. We building. Like I said, I always enjoy reading comments like this. And I appreciate it and appreciate that sub as well. All right, B-Box, it's on you, man.
Yeah. The disconnection. I typically, I know sometimes I come off doom and gloom because I always talk about what is, and I think there's JR, that's something you mentioned, not what I want it to be. And that's why I like Wednesdays because at least I get to hear people who aren't thinking like me. I'm gonna be honest. Sometimes, like, bro, this is. I just feel that way sometimes. It's like this sucks. And I do like Black Manosphere. He needs to come back because he's like my yin to my yang because he's like, hey, think about it this way. But um, yeah, man, there's just a big disconnect, and it's a big chasm, and I just don't know if people are going to do what it takes to fix it. Um, I don't know. I don't know. I just don't think there's gonna. I think so. Here's the thing. I think there will always be a remnant of people who are going to do the right thing. There'll always be that. There'll always be people who are like, I want to get married. I want to do this and that, and this is what it's going to be. Right? There will always be those people. But for the outside looking, but for the average person out here, I just don't know if that's going to happen. I just don't know. And I don't even think that's necessarily a bad thing because sometimes, things need to go the way of Exodus. Some people just need to go away. Some things need to die. The problem with that is that innocence also could get caught up in that too. So, and that's a problem. And that's something I don't want, but obviously that might be, we as a people might have to go there. And unfortunately, this isn't just happening with Black folks. This is happening in a lot of places. Yeah, like South Korea, they might not have they might not even have a country in 2060 because no one's having children. Nobody's having children. It's crazy. It's like Japan, same thing. It's like all over the place where people are just for whatever reason saying don't want to get married, don't want to have children. I don't know what I don't. And every place is it's a unique situation, a unique issue. But yeah, man, I don't know. As a people in the United States and Black folks, so it's really our problems are pretty simple, in my opinion. We just need to fucking do them. We need to do it. We just need to fix it. That's it.
No, that's real. I agree with that. We do. We just need to fix it. That's real. That's it's just straight like that. Like it. I agree. Yeah, but I agree. I think we make a lot of excuses as to why we can't, but I don't think it's as complicated as we try to make it. We just gotta want to do it. Like that's the piece, right? You gotta want to do it. So no, I agree with that. All right, Cole, it's on you. You want to say anything if we get out of here tonight?
Yes. So to the topic, Black people are so disconnected. Definitely believe it's true. We lost in the sauce, and as previous recent show, we lost the plot. So
That's real.
I beatbox. Oh my goodness.
You started it, Cole.
Oh my gosh. He's not gonna let me live. I ain't gonna go there. Anyway. Yeah, I, people gonna get left behind, man. I don't. That's just what it's gonna be because it's getting too real out here. It's getting too real out here for these games. Like I'm not understanding it. I really feel like 85% ain't gonna make it.
That's real.
It ain't gonna make it. And I'm making it right now, so what we doing? What we doing? And beatboxer, how you gonna well, you and civil, how y'all gonna suggest that? But then isn't that kind of like a conflict about the original statement about me about the 6, 6, and 6 beatboxer? So which one is it?
Trying to help you. Like me and Civil, me and Civil have we have women who are of a certain hue. We're trying to help you.
Uh-huh. Okay.
We're just trying to help you. It might, because I agree with you. It might not be a melanated man. It might not be that. It
Oh,
just might
come
not.
on.
I think that black women. I gotta say this because actually a lot of my friends who are black women are actually married to white guys. It's very weird. But I
If
think
it
some
was
black
a
women could.
non-melanated man, it gotta be some melanatedness somewhere
But
around.
what if this white guy likes you and wants to treat you right? You gonna say no to him?
I told you my ancestors won't allow it.
Oh my god. Well, then
Okay,
you're
we
blocking
going
your
How the
blessings.
tree is set up.
Aren't you a Christian? Are you blocking blessings? I'm not
we
a Christian.
going
I'm trying to help you. I'm trying to help you.
no, we
I'm not
going
even a
we gonna
Christian.
do we gonna do this on another show. We'll do this on Candid Convos or Find Love or something. We gonna do that. We're gonna do that on another show. Y'all hold that thought. Cole, that's all, is that all you wanted to say? We ain't about to do this
That
right
was
now.
it. That was it.
Yeah, we'll do that. Y'all all tune in for Candid Convos or Find Love. We'll do that on
Yo,
another one. All right, let me come over to JR. We gotta get up out of here. JR, it's on you, man.
Yeah, now great conversation again tonight. Yeah, I don't really have much of a close, but I'll just go back to something that was mentioned not long ago. Yeah, black people, I think the truth shall set you free, man. It's that beautiful pain, that beautiful pain, and I thought Miss Cole highlighted it well. The ego regarding black men, and I agree with her. Like what we're seeing in terms of black men winning. Um, could it be a facade? The whole internet stuff. What we see, like what we claim as winning, but in reality, black women, let's say, in our generation, they have, seen our struggles, but have they really seen black men win? And I think that's the truth. You know, like we can't get away from that, and that's why I said the pride and the ego is really hurting us. And with what she said, Miss Cole. Um, that's something that's a conversation that needs to be had or should be part of the conversation in terms of when we're sitting down, because it's a valid statement. Or even if, we ask it as a question, why have you got such a big ego? Why? Is it because, we're accepted over there on the other side, there, all that stuff? Like, is that really winning? Like, so that's why I say, like, I thought that obviously I tried to jump in at the time. But yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, I agree with the point that she made, and I think that's a conversation that should be had in the future, and we gotta be able to, like I said, accept the truth. That's what it's gotta be, accept the truth. And if we can't accept the truth whilst trying to get better, because we need to actually get there, then ain't no point having a conversation, right? So that's on the men as well. Like I said, if the women are saying the truth, we gotta accept the truth. We can't, say, oh, yeah, it's the women only. No, it's not the women only, And that's why I always say, Miss Coco, yes, men do have their own problems. Hence why I agree with Miss Cole. Why such the big ego? Even that, the audacity, where you get that from? That's why I said, could it be a facade? Hence why I always say, yes, we can do better. Not perfect, but we can do better than what we're actually doing at the moment. And yes, maybe, just maybe, we might be able to actually get along, but actually, us doing better as well on our side. So yeah, thank you.
No problem, man. Appreciate it, man. Appreciate that closeout. Well, man, shout out to my panel, man. Shout out to Coco, Beatboxer Code, JR, Civil, Black Manosphere was on here earlier. Appreciate y'all holding me down on the panel, man. And shout out to everybody in the comments, man. Always holding us down. Shout out to the new viewers tonight, the new subscribers tonight, the folks who, you know what I'm saying, will come across our channel. We appreciate you supporting what we do, supporting the platform, supporting the conversation. I said, once again, if you haven't already, man, smash that like button. Likes are free. Smash that like button. Hit that subscribe. I said, share out the video, man. We want to get this content out to as many of our people as possible so that we can move us in a better direction. But, man, it's Kandid Konvos, man. Appreciate y'all once again, man. We'll be back with another one, as we always do. And with that being said, everybody have an awesome night. We're going to catch y'all on the next one.